A dramatic new escalation this morning for America's battle against ISIS. United States Navy ships fired missiles at ISIS targets inside Syria last night, and American warplanes launched airstrikes that killed dozens of militants. A coalition of Arab nations took part in the attacks on ISIS.
The U.S. also targeted a group of al-Qaeda veterans called Khorasan. The Pentagon says they were planning an imminent attack on the United States. David Martin is at the Pentagon with new information on the airstrikes. David, good morning.
Good morning. The airstrikes began shortly after 9 p.m. last night, which would have been the early morning hours in Syria.
The opening wave of strikes took about an hour to complete, followed by a second wave of attacks by aircraft from Arab nations. The U.S. Navy fired a total of 47 Tomahawk cruise missiles from ships in the Red Sea and Persian Gulf, while Navy jets flew off the aircraft carrier George Bush, and Air Force and Marine jets launched from bases in the Persian Gulf. They attacked ISIS targets at 4 locations inside Syria, including headquarters buildings, storage facilities, a finance center, supply trucks, armed vehicles, and training compounds. The American strikes were followed by jets from Arab nations, Bahrain, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar. There were a total of 14 strikes, and all aircraft returned safely. U.S. officials say Syrian air defenses did nothing to interfere with the raid. The State Department said the Syrian regime had been warned ahead of time the strikes were coming. In addition, the U.S. continued to fly strikes against ISIS targets inside Iraq, bringing to a total of 194 the number of strikes flown in that country.
At the same time U.S. jets were attacking ISIS targets, they also flew a number of missions against a different terrorist group known as Khorasan, which is a network of veteran al-Qaeda fighters believed to be plotting attacks directly against the U.S. American aircraft flew a total of 8 strikes against the Khorasan sanctuary in Syria in an attempt to disrupt their bomb-making operations.